What's going on, True Combat King family? How you guys doing today? Like usual, it's your host, Rory187. And today, it's not your average news show, bitches. It's your motherfucking birthday. And right now, if you don't quit sucking, boy, goddammit. Well, right now, we just want to let everyone here know that we're proud of you guys. TCK is officially 10 years old. And we're going to do something a little bit different this morning. We're going to sit back, we're going to have a little heart-to-heart, and we're going to go ahead and just gather a couple of stories. Is that cool with you guys? Cool.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right.
For sure.
So, first thing first, everyone. As you guys may or may not know, the ballot is officially closed as of December 17th. So we will be having our presidential celebration going on next week. But as of this week, we're going to be celebrating our birthday with Gameaholic as our president. So, Mr. President, how you doing today, pal?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking, Ray. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful, man. This may be the last time we actually address you as Mr. President on this here stage. How was your year this year, man? I mean,
Scary to think about.
I know, right? You officially are moving on to something higher. The upper room.
This year for me has been, I want to say, very beneficial, and the progression has been amazing. It's definitely been a learning curve. I had a very, very rough start at the beginning of this year. Simple stuff like putting people in a uniform without the bank's approval. I'm pretty sure you remember that one, right?
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I think.
What the
Okay.
fuck was that for, you son of a bitch?
Yo, sorry about that.
Man,
I
oh my
stepped on
God.
the wire on my controller.
Did you just really just make
Oh no, I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Dude,
You murdered the president on the news.
I'm so fucking sorry.
I'm
Dude.
coming back. I'm
I-
coming back. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
man, I'm
shit.
sorry, dude. I stepped
was
on
good.
the fucking
Oh my
cord
God.
and it just happened to do
Well, for
it.
what it's worth, you
I'm
guys,
just looking
currently,
forward.
we give all of our birthday lists to the president.
I'm running for my life
Gameaholic, you
here.
got 9 more birthday lists to go.
That was too-
My apologies, everybody. I'm sorry, everybody.
Hold on.
Jesus Christ. Drunk Spartan. Sorry.
And
Let me get my funny experience.
there we go. We got all happy birthday
I
lists in on
don't-
Gameaholic.
After funny
Got the
experience.
Let me put this gun away, for Christ's sakes.
That's
Jesus
not too
Christ.
bad.
Hold on. Okay, let's pretend that didn't happen, and
That
let me
happened.
continue.
You took all the birthday lists for TCK.
No, that was-
We just seen
that was perfect. That was
Anyway,
absolutely.
let me get a little teabagging for that.
Are you really
Every
teabagging on my camera?
quarter-
Sith Lord, I will
yes.
stick this 9mm right up your ass crack.
That wasn't me though.
I'm sorry, I had to hit somebody. And you come here, Sith Lord. Come here. Turn
I
around.
don't even know what to say right now.
Turn around. Don't worry, this won't hurt you. This is only gonna hurt just as much as you want it to. It's like Avatar.
Gain the lead.
There you go.
Christ, dude.
Okay. Anybody else?
I
hit my
think it's only
president,
fair
I'm
if you
knocking
hit
your ass
sepsis
out.
now.
You guys. Well, you guys, as you see in TCK, we just all shared a birthday licks. They're probably gonna kick my ass after the show. Oh, that's a
Literal
really big
birthday
railgun.
bombs.
Goddamn.
Anyway, so as I was saying though, every quarter only got better. I only learnt more. I managed to pick up on more stuff along the route. And I've got to say, one of the best things for me this year is
10 seconds to
I haven't had
railgun.
rebellion. We've had people drop out. Don't get me twisted. We've had people kicked out. Don't get me twisted. But we have not had a rebellion
on the
as
field.
of 2017, which I'm really happy to say
Hear,
as
hear.
president of 2017, being the only president that has been able to do that. So, yeah, I would say this has been a pretty good year. I do appreciate the time to speak on that, Ray.
Well, game, and if you wouldn't mind, I would also ask that, while we're here, we are kind of celebrating the present, the future, but most importantly, today we're celebrating the past. And I think it'll be highly beneficial to some of the new members at home watching to hear from the horse's lips exactly what you had to go through to become president. I mean, a lot of these guys only know you as president. They don't know you as a green shielder, or as even a guardian, or as even a watcher. They just know you as the president. So if you wouldn't
Yeah,
mind, please enlighten
and
us.
that's fine. So yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys a short version. Otherwise, we're gonna be stuck here for ages. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that's gone on, so I'm gonna give you guys the highlights of what I had to go through. So first off, obviously in Green Shield, like everyone does, Green Shield was very, very different in that day. There was no specific cycle, no specific week, a bit like what we have now. Only the setup was different. It was on a different game. There was a different way of running questionnaires and tryouts. Scoring was different. The people involved were different, and the way that the way that people managed to become members after their tryouts, such as through voting that came from the House of Congress and up, you actually had to be voted in and preferred over other people to actually make it as a full member. So that was just getting to membership. I became a member in the Guardian House. Spent about a month in Guardian House before I was then offered a spot Watcher House. Now I do not remember exactly what gave me this offer. I don't know if I picked up a sniper or two here and there, but I never really sniped that much when I was in Guardian House. And didn't really use a sniper that much at all before joining TCK. So I took the gave it a chance, knowing if I didn't like it, I could always go back to Guardian House. And turned out to actually really like sniping. I passed my tryout for Watcher House with a perfect score. And very soon after that became a Bronze Crown Commander in the house. I got elevated up the ranks through Silver and up to Gold, people dropping out, leaving in one of our first rebellions that I had experienced. Due to my lack of experience as a Gold Crown, yes guys, I have been demoted before. I've been demoted from Gold down to Silver. I'm probably one of the only people currently still in TCK that's actually gone down a rank instead of going from Commander to Member. But after a few more months of sitting in Silver and like revising essentially how Gold operates, I went back up to Gold and held that shit down. I held that shit down. In fact, my White Shield wasn't even active at the time. So essentially, I was having to go to people above him or asking people next to me for advice in order to keep my house operating. Then, coming the end of that year, starting next year, I got White Shield Secondary, where I was training. During my training period, the guy next to me who was also training dropped out. So, despite the fact that I was still training, I actually took on both the houses of the right wing and had to operate them both properly, which was a big challenge for me. It was a big step, but essentially was better training for myself. Once I'd proven myself to be able to hold those responsibilities, I got promoted to White Shield Gold, which I held for another 6 months, overseeing both houses until Guardian House got their White Shield Gold Crown of their own. Coming on that next year, starting of 2016, I was elected as the right wing vice president. Yes, you guys heard me right. The right wing vice president. Before a little incident that happened during 2016, there was actually 2 vice presidents, one of each wing. Any of the 4 White Shields were able to run for any of the 2 positions. Doesn't matter which wing you originated from, you'll be available to run for both of those positions. The guy that came in next to me as vice president of left wing was Laser Shots. Now, Laser Shots actually ended up dropping out of TCK in the long run. In about the third quarter, third, I guess you could say, of 2016, which resulted in there not being a left wing vice president. So that being said, that caused an imbalance to the presidential staff. That being that there was extra support on right wing as opposed to left wing. In which case, I was the first vice president to be announced through Black Shield themselves to be the one and only vice president of TCK. So for about the last quarter, I held that down over all divisions, supporting the president. And then come the elections, I won the elections for next year, which comes into this year, being 2017, which I've been holding down my presidential position as president. That's pretty much my story.
Well, if I
Game.
do say, game, that is a very beautiful saga. I can't even call it a story. It's more of an odyssey at this point. It's the adventure of Gameaholic at this point. And I must say, man, listening to it from your point of view definitely shines a new level of beauty on it for myself. And think, you guys, that's the president talking. What do you say we check with one of our latest commanders? Sepsis, how you doing today, pal?
Wonderful, wonderful. Try not to spill things on the desk.
Good, man. Now, for everyone at home who's unaware, Sepsis currently sits as a Gold Crown Commander over infantry. Sepsis, would you mind giving everyone a little background information about your time in TCK and what do you think about the family since it started?
Sure. I'll give it a shot. Um, well, I think firstly, my story is dramatically different and unique. Not in comparison to Gameaholic, but I think to any member in TCK. Originally, I did join a quote-unquote gaming community 10, 11 years back on Halo 3. I love Halo as a title, so I've always been big on it since it was invented. So when multiplayer came out, the big clans and communities came out of the fucking woodworks, and everybody had an emblem, and Halo kind of blew up, and it was a lot of fun to entertain that. So I looked into some of these things. I got part of a community that was a fucking disaster. I hated being there. It was cannibalistic. It was non-productive. A lot of people screaming and yelling over the microphone, and it kind of just brought the game down. It wasn't any fun to me. So I had vowed to myself, never again will I ever drink. I mean, never again will I never join a gaming community.
That's a lie.
Yeah. So, I mean, as a result, I bumped into our buddy Ray. I think my story is unique in the way that I started playing with TCK before I joined, because of me being so hesitant to join a community. And of course, I was approached by several members who were interested in hanging out, and really cool people that were here, folks I developed relationships with. I think everybody has a reason for joining a company or a tribe or a football team, or whether you're a soccer mom. I think any team you get behind, you kind of want to support that. So I was reluctant to become part of TCK because of my past experience with other communities. So it's my birthday as well. I've been in TCK for the year, officially on December 16th, 2016. But I've been playing with these gentlemen for about half a year or so, and I really liked what they had going on. I never knew it was behind or down the hidden doors and rabbit holes of TCK. So for me, I've had a really unique experience here as far as personally and heightening the game experience over a title that I really love. I love this game a lot, but you know what? I've come to love playing it with TCK even more. It's not just Halo anymore. You can also play TCK. So I'm here to play and I'm here to stay. Those of you who know me know that that's the truth. All in all, my time here, the short time that I've been here, I've developed lots of quality relationships. My fucking wife plays here. I know these guys I know their kids' names. I know when somebody has a baby. I know when they get a new kitten. I'm close with these guys. These guys are a real family. So for me, it's completely heightened multiplayer gaming as a whole. And I've got to see in the short time that I've been here the best possible TCK in the existence, and in my time here chronologically. We have the dopest commanders right now, and a killer staff, and all the members are just the best people to play with. They're super friendly and know how to play this game. They bring it on the battlefield, and everyone's just great participants. And I could say that this has by far been a quality experience, more than ever, in my short time here. So that's pretty much it, I think. I mean, I couldn't say any more or less. That's exactly what it is.
So what you're
I
trying
thank
to
all you
say?
guys for being here and playing.
So what you're trying to say is, hands down, TCK is the best organization around.
Oh, it's number one.
It sounded like you were saying
number
he's not
one.
going to drink.
Damn,
Yeah, that was a typo.
damn. Thank you, Sepsis. Thank you, man.
As
Really
I
beautiful
grab
to
my
hear.
Bud Light.
Well, I'm gonna drink some Jack for TCK tonight. It's a Jack night. Okay, moving on down the line. These two are literally only a couple of separated by birth by a couple of months, literally, if that, a couple of days. But next up we have Kokomo and Sith Lord Kyram. Kokomo, I believe that you came first, not quite 1,000, but why don't you tell your story right quick, would you?
Man, it's going to be a hard following up after those two great commanders and president, actually. Um, I joined TCK July 23rd, 2017, just a couple months ago. And I am so glad that I had the opportunity and to come my way. TCK has been more than just a gaming community in my eyes, and it's been like a family. And each day that I play, I come to love TCK more and more, and I keep wanting to do my part and keep doing more for the gaming community. I had amazing commanders come and bring me in. I was on the Halo 5 Facebook page looking for a clan and willing to take orders, and I know Game likes to rub that in a lot. And
Could have done it.
him and Matthew Aubrey were just like, hey, why not, instead of joining clan, why don't you join a gaming community? Why don't you join a family? And I'm like, you know what? Why not? Let me try this out. And I don't. It's been amazing. They helped me through the whole entire process. Sepsis took me through the website. They got my tryouts done and situated. And within a couple days, I was another member of TCK. After about a month, I got approached to become a commander. I got a choice to either become a commander in the lower house or become a commander in the Watcher house. And I was saying, why not just go to Watcher house then? So I pursued to go to the Watcher house, and once I passed that tryout there, I automatically became a bronze commander, and I started doing what I wanted to do and started helping out the family more. At that point, I just did my best to make my presence known and be available for anybody that needed my assistance. And I had a lot of help on the way there to learn my role. And I know that there's a lot of stuff that I still struggle with, and there's a lot of things that I'll learn in the coming years. But I'm sitting here within a couple months in TCK as a secondary gold crown in Watcher House, and I will continue to pursue to find my rightful place in TCK and continue to do my part. So that's about it.
And now, Kokomo, if you don't mind me asking, you're one of our newer members for certain, but you're kind of a contradiction in the same way. Because for someone to be so new, you have one of the highest levels of paid membership, you and Sith Lord Kyram. And I was just kind of curious, what inspired you guys to get your memberships at such a high level with just being here with being here for such a short time? What inspired you to grab that membership level?
When I decided to become a paid member and pitch in for the family, when I saw that TCK was more than just a gaming community and it was a family of brothers and sisters that play together, that help each other grow, and are there for each other in times of trouble. So when I saw that, I'm like, this is the real deal, and I don't want this chance to go away. I want to stick around here, and I plan on sticking around here for a while.
Well,
That's when
brother,
I decided to help the family out. So
we just want to say thank you. I mean, we have a lot of members who are quick to put their words up, but very few who are willing to put their money where their mouth's at. And to you, the few of TCK that actually do financially support this order, this is your community. As we celebrate a 10th year of being in business, it would not have been possible to be in business for 10 fucking years without financial assistance from members like you. So thank you guys. And that goes for everyone that's on stage right now. In case if you guys don't know at home, you have to be a paid member to qualify to sit on the stage today. So for everyone here, I want to say thank you.
And I feel like there's no really need to be thanked for doing this, because in the end, everything that TCK does for us, that's payment enough as it is. That is our thank you. Because in the end, we wouldn't do this without the generosity and the community that TCK is.
Here, here. Man, thank you guys. Thank you. And last but not least, Sith Lord Kyram. How you doing today, pal?
Hey, what's going on? Oh, I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
Pretty good. Miss Ray Ray even says hi. She want to wish us all a happy 10th birthday. Sith Lord, if you wouldn't mind, please give us
Yes.
a little rundown about your time in TCK and the things you've experienced.
Well, as Kokomo said, he and I have both not been in this community for that long. But I have not been more excited about being in the community ever in my entire life. And that's mostly because I've been looking for a group of guys, just like Kokomo said, who are willing to work together and help each other out. My story isn't quite as long as Gameaholics and Sepsis. I haven't been around that long. But the funny thing is, I actually had not played Halo 5 since I got back from Japan in 2015, all that much except once or twice a month.
Hi, you
And
been
it
to
was
Japan? I
it was
speak
just-
Japanese. Hayabachi.
Oh, well, that's
Huh? What do you think?
I can't say I speak it, but um, I played a lot out there just because I had the time, but when I got back, I just wasn't playing it. And the reason that I'm here now is actually just by chance. Emmy Pie, my wife, who also plays Halo, and I've yet to convince to join TCK yet, might need help with that, was playing with Matthew Aubrey, good old recruiter Matthew Aubrey. And I happened to get on and play with him, and Matt was playing with some other TCK guys, and I've been looking for a community like this for a long, long time. And so I gave it a chance, and I joined, and I went through the whole process, and here I am. And when I saw how organized and structured and how awesome all the commanders and members were, I couldn't help but get excited. And so ever since then, I've been probably annoyed Gameaholic and Dirty Dan and Kokomo and all those guys, just nagging them to try to push me through my commander training, you know, and everything else. And when it comes to being a premium member, I saw how awesome this community was and how much it gives back, and I just wanted to be a part of it to a higher extent. And that's really it. I'm excited to finally be a commander, and I'm just glad to be here.
Well, thanks, brother. And just to kind of point something out for everyone at home, these individuals have decided to take a more aggressive approach to their experience with TCK. They have put their money where their mouth's at. And for that reason, TCK, we put something up as well. In case if you guys don't know, Gameaholic is also in charge of Clash of Clans. I personally am in charge of Summoners Wars. Kokomo is also in charge of Gems of Wars, which is one of our other Xbox titles. And we may be having a brand new presidential staff member to represent all of TCK on Elder Scrolls. Understand that the only way to really qualify for these type of leadership positions is to put your money where your mouth's at. So we want to say thank you guys so much. Well, I guess that brings me down to me, huh? I guess it's time for
just
the
wanna say one
chicken
thing
slash
real
egg
quick.
to tell a story. What's up, pal?
I just kind of find it interesting. I don't know who exactly ran Sepsis's tryout as well, but if I recall correctly, Sepsis ran my tryout, and then I ran Sith Lord's tryout when we passed. So it's just like a generation after generation sort of thing.
And that's the beauty
So
of TCK. I tell you guys all the time that TCK is masonically designed, and it really is. The worshipful master who's in charge now was his junior warden, who was also his senior warden, who was also a junior deacon and a senior deacon. Everyone has a job, and you have to be willing to take time to move up. That's the only way the person behind you will get a chance to move up. So, with that being said, you guys, allow me to tell you guys my story. For those of you guys who are unfamiliar with it, you can find a written copy of it in the About Us information section on the website. But, time for us to go back in time. A long, long time ago, I was sitting in my bedroom one night playing my Xbox, playing Halo. I got the game because I heard so much good things about it, but I did not understand what was so good about it. I even got Xbox Live, and literally, I paid for Xbox Live for over a year and never played with a single person. I don't even know what the hell I was paying for. But one day, I'm sitting outside, or excuse me, I'm sitting in my bedroom, and I keep hearing talking sounds. And I'm swearing to God that they're coming from the bus stop, but they're not coming from the bus stop. They're coming through my TV. I'm like, oh my gosh, people are yelling at me through my TV, and they're actually saying my name and stuff. So I went to GameStop, got me a headset, and within about 2 weeks, I came across an individual by the name of Deserted Storm. Deserted Storm actually was the one to bring me to my first home. Now, I had a chance to actually play underneath the title of BMS. To give you guys a little history of your own origins, in order for me to become a member of the Brute Mercenary Society, I had to pass a tryout on the same exact Guardian map that all TCK members must pass theirs on. I passed mines with a total of 16 that day. For my efforts, I was rewarded my own shield. Little did I know at the time that the shield that I picked would become the birth of a nation. But the shield I picked was green. Now, over the course of time, all of my commanders slowly but surely fucked off. Acid Assassin got called away to the service. Buck Strickland lost his fucking mind. I don't even know what the hell happened to Buck Strickland. I just think he went crazy. I don't know. But days turn into weeks, and weeks turn into months. And after a long enough time, I realized that my commanders more than likely was not coming back. And I did not have any actual authority from my original presidential staff officers to run the entire family. So what I did was I took all of BMS and I compressed it all into Green Shield. So we had like 6 variations of green. It's kind of crazy to think about. We had the 4 houses, we had a recruitment section, and we also had a place for all of our new recruits. And the reason why we had a 5th one was because we had an honorary seat for people who was in different houses in BMS, who house kind of fell apart. We had a refuge shield that you can put on for us. So for about a year and a half, I personally I, and aided by my closest friends, Walls187, ran the only chapter of Brute Mercenary Society that was still operating. Well, a few months turned into about a year and a half, and my commander, Acid Assassin, came back for the first time. And you would think that he would have been eager to reward me for keeping his family together and making sure that my house kept together. But he did not see that as a ploy for the good of my community, but instead he seen that as the selfish actions of one man attempting to destroy his own community. And for that reason, he approached me with hostility instead of with open arms of love. His immediate words to me was to kick rocks. And I let those words sit with me for a long time. And after I left that party that day, a few other TCK members popped into the lobby. Or, excuse me, BMS members at the time. And before I knew it, I had about 2 lobbies of people who all heard that I just got kicked out of BMS and who was willing to stand beside me rather than stand with them. At that moment, we had our first official meeting. We did not have a name for ourselves yet, but we knew one thing, that we stood together. We knew that we held BMS in our hearts, but we knew that we was no longer mercenaries. So as a sign of disrespect to the brutes, we stole what would become our crown and glory, our shields. The shield was the only thing that came over from BMS. On top of that shield, to show that we was united and that we were strong, we used the number 1. It was a number 1 and a green shield. The 1 represented unity. It represented all of us. And the green shield symbolized where we came from, but also our beliefs. A few more weeks turned into a few more months. As time grew, we began to notice that we've actually had more than kids who want to play a game, but we had adults. We had individuals who understood order, who understood government, who understood the need for some level of business in order for us to grow. And at the time, we was not really practicing it for the principle of designing TCK. It just, we enjoyed being organized. We enjoyed knowing who we were and what we was doing. So a time came where we took a vote for what would become the name of this organization that was just forged. And I shit you guys not, one of my closest friends by the name of Gbert, original webmaster for TCK, it was his idea, and I might add that it came down to, are you ready for this? 1 vote.
Did I read this?
One
I
vote.
think I read this.
But TCK, the True Combat Kings, was 1 vote away from becoming known as the Sky High Motherfuckers. That was about to be your guys. No shit, that was almost your name. 1 vote, Sky High Motherfuckers. So, after the vote, the name stuck. It came necessary for us to stand out above the crowd. We did not want to be just another clan on Halo. We kind of always knew it was going to be much more. And we always enjoyed the idea of staying in close contact with each other, where if you was in a clan, most of the time you just played with the people sometime. We always knew that we wanted something where when we joined each other, it was permanent. I could see you at any time, I could talk to you at any time. And for that reason, we knew that we needed a website at first. Now, in order for us to actually achieve having our own website, it was more than just the birth child of one man. The day that it became necessary, we sat down, we put it to a vote. It passed. We had a free website for about a good 2 years. But unfortunately, as the universe would have it, we was destined to grow. And these little 3 pages that we used to have for free quickly became beneath our standards of expectations. And within the first year of us having our own website, it became immediately necessary for us to start paying for that website. Right now, I would like to take time to remember a few of our brothers who came before us who helped pave the way. I'd like to give a shout out to Tattoo Harry. I'd like to give a shout out to Skull King. I'd like to give a shout out to Shadow Ninja. I'd like to give a shout out to an Empty Bick. and plus many others who I'm unable to mention at this point in time. But there is one person that I can actually take some time to recall. One person who has always been a behind the scenes counsel, who's always been a guiding force, and even though they may not be active at this point in time, they've always had a helping hand in court and in every other official decision made in TCK. And right now I want to send a very special thank you out to Miss Ray Ray. Miss Ray Ray has always been the black shield behind the black shield. So, to everyone I mentioned and to everyone I did not mention, I want to thank you. When TCK first started doing our paid memberships, as luck would have it, it was some of our very first members who helped us support the website in the first place who actually picked up paid memberships to begin with. And today, there is a healthy tradition in the family of a handful of, hell, I'll just say it like it is, extra special members pick up memberships every year. Those memberships help our operation cross dramatically. But as your black shielder, I have personally shouldered the responsibility of paying for your website for a number of years. And because of my personal contributions to you, all your money has stayed in your guys' account, with the exception of what you pay to give out prizes to people. So I'm personally proud to say that after the 10 years of us being in existence, keep in mind, we made most of this within the last 23 months. But TCK is sitting at about $1,000 now to their name. You guys should all be very impressed. You guys should all know that unlike people who are in, I don't know, some of these other half-brand clans, they don't have a bank. They don't have a treasury. You guys got money in behind your shield. And you guys should really know that you stand for more than just a game, but you stand for an idea. And this idea has blossomed into reality. So, what I would like to do tonight, as a very special gift to all of those in TCK who have helped us get to this point, if you do hold a paid membership, you have until Sunday to get in touch with me directly over WeChat. All you got to do is just send me a message saying, hey, paid member. And I will be sending every single paid member in TCK one complimentary pizza on behalf of Papa John's. All you got to do is go online, enter the code I'm going to give you, and pick out your toppings. And have a wonderful night. And just know that TCK would not be what it is if it wasn't for you. So, happy birthday to everyone in TCK. That's all I got. Oh, wait, one last thing. In case you guys are wondering, y'all. So does anybody else here have anything they want to say today? I mean, I think that, we went ahead and shut the pod down right quick.
Matthew Aubrey's here.
Matthew Aubrey. I'm glad you're here, Matthew. Thank you for showing up for our birthday party. It's good to hear from you, brother. Happy birthday. All right.
Let me just give a quick shout out to the guy who got me into this organization, Matthew Aubrey.
Yeah. All right, TCK.
Come on, guys, get involved.
Well, TCK, it's been a wonderful journey, and I'm looking forward to our next year together. So, with that being said, TCK, you guys have a wonderful day. Eat some cake, man, because it's your birthday. Everybody, let's go see some strippers right quick here. Happy birthday, TCK.
I'll second that.
Somebody get Seth's ass. Hey, Seth, bring your ass on. Oh,
shit.
You guys, happy birthday.
Splinter grenade.
Is that a firework or a birthday? Whatever, we'll take it.